picking Jean Silva to defeat Diego Lopez for multiple reasons. Now, firstly, I know that the fighting nerds have been on a skid recently, but I mean, you can't deny that Jean Silva is without a doubt the best fighting nerd, just in terms of his entire skill set, whether that be in the grappling or the striking. And I think you can say that because of his record in the UFC and also the way he beat them. You know, Bryce Mitchell, submitting Bryce Mitchell, who is a very good grappler, which was just shown by his very impressive performance against Said Nurmagomedov. And then also the fact that he just destroyed Drew Dober, who was a weight class above him. But anyway, to look at this fight specifically, I think we can all agree that this fight is going to be decided on the feet, because Diego is not the kind of guy to shoot a takedown. And Jean, even if Diego does, Jean defended every single takedown against Bryce Mitchell, who, may I remind you, even took down Ilia Topuria. And to add to this, Diego, while he is a good submission artist, he only really, uses that if he has been taken down. He doesn't take people down. Now, in terms of the striking, I think we all know Diego is going to do what he always does, which is pressure. And I just don't think that this is going to work against a guy like Jean Silva, as Diego's style, as we've seen, can be defeated in striking terms. As Volk, even though, obviously Jean Silva isn't obviously on the level of Volk, I mean, a lot of the same characteristics of his fighting style Jean possesses, which is great footwork, great counters, and overall fight IQ. And I think if you're a guy like Diego, who, when he was fighting Volk, got so frustrated that he literally started yelling at him rather than adapting to the fight, just proves that while he is a very good fighter, he's not dynamic. He doesn't adapt in fights at the highest level. And I think that Jean will be able to capitalize on this. Diego still is a very dangerous striker though, as he is very fast. He has great dirty boxing. He has great power. I just think against Jean Silva, who has consistently shown that he doesn't, fear pressure, as he'll lull you into your attacks. He'll throw spinning elbows, hooks, straights, as counters. And also the fact is that Volk was able to do this against Diego, but Volk does not have anywhere near the power of Jean Silva, who, may I remind you, has knocked down every single opponent he's faced in the UFC. So how I see this fight playing out is that I think the first round will be obviously competitive, as Jean Silva has shown to be quite a slow starter. But I think as you get into the second round, Jean is really just gonna, figure him out. And those counters, those big hooks, spinning elbows, just normal elbows, are really going to take their toll on Diego. But the thing is that Diego is extremely tough. So I think it would be difficult to say that Jean would win by knockout. But I'm either predicting a late TKO or either a unanimous decision by Jean Silva. And I low-key think if anyone's going to defeat Volk at 145, it's this guy.